All right, good afternoon, East Alabama and West Georgia. Dr. Don back in here with you for a quick update on what's happening with the weather across East Alabama and West Georgia. Again, we have a tornado watch that is now in effect until 10 o'clock this evening Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, for all of the Dr. Don coverage area across East Alabama and West Georgia, which is basically east of I-65, south of I-20, north of I-85, over to Atlanta west. And so that entire area now under a tornado watch. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Meriwether County of the Dr. Don coverage area. We'll take you in a little bit closer and show you that area on radar. This warning was issued about 10 minutes or so ago. Woodbury, Georgia, Gay, Manchester, Woodland, that's in Georgia, Tolbleton, and so up to around Sonoya, back to Grantville, just east of Hogansville. That's that leading edge of that cluster of storms that came through the Columbus area about an hour ago as it moves on off to the northeast. Downrange, we're talking about places like Griffin, Locust Grove, McDonough, Stockbridge, Fayetteville, South Atlanta, and then eventually it'll be over on the east side of Atlanta. We have seen some gusty winds up to 40 miles per hour with this line of thunderstorms, a good bit of lightning involved in it. Been watching for any rotation. So far, haven't seen any. But that is the only warning we have that's even remotely close to East Alabama and West Georgia at this hour. We go back over to the west and we look at what else is happening. We have some moderate rain at times in the southern half of Randolph County and across eastern Chambers and easternmost reaches of Lee County. None of that is severe. And then we're watching more storms that are training along the same locations coming up into Union Springs. That will eventually work its way into central and eastern Lee County, maybe clipping extreme southeast Chambers. And then downstream from there, you'll see that entire line that stretches all the way back down to the southwest. I'll turn the telestrator on and kind of show you what I'm talking about. And I'm talking about this area. And you'll notice these storms are running over the same locations. All the communities along this narrow path receiving storm after storm after storm. And if we're going to see any flooding issues, this is most likely where it's going to be this afternoon into early this evening. And that is right where we said we thought it would set up this afternoon. So we're watching this area very closely. We already have one advisory, flood advisory. We've got multiple flood warnings back in Mississippi. And I think that will probably end up being the case over in southwest Alabama as well. And, well, we've already got one in Alabama. Then I think we'll probably end up seeing warnings issued a little later for places like Bruton, Georgiana, maybe even over toward Troy, Union Springs, and perhaps even up into the Columbus area before the night is over with. Now, we do have a lot of rain to the north of that, and you'll see it up here around Montgomery to Selma to Thomasville, Grove Hill, Jackson, Chatham. That is moderate to heavy rainfall, but it's not training over the same communities time after time after time. It's a much broader area of moderate to heavy rainfall, and it's pulling off to the northeast. So we'll watch and see. I think this is all going to eventually evolve into a line of storms before it gets out of Alabama. As I zoom out, you can kind of get the overall big picture. Now, we're looking at this from Birmingham. So there is still some convection back here in Mississippi that we're not seeing on the radar because it's so far away. But we'll watch for any training and any significant thunderstorm development around Montgomery because that's what will eventually end up covering most of East Alabama and also West Georgia in another couple of hours or so. Now, we do have multiple severe thunderstorm warnings over in Middle Georgia from Eatonton down to Milledgeville, just east of Macon, all the way down to Eastman, and then down around Tifton and Fitzgerald and Moultrie. We have some severe thunderstorm activity ongoing down there as well. The good news is we have not seen, nor do we have any tornado warnings across Alabama or Georgia at this hour, and that's a good sign because we're well into the peak heating of the day. And I feel like if we were going to see some of these quick spin-up tornadoes, they probably would be ongoing right now, and we have not had the first tornado warning. So I think that's good news for East Alabama and West Georgia a little later on this afternoon. We're going to continue to watch it for you. We'll have more information. We will update you as conditions warrant. Again, tornado watch in effect until 10 o'clock Central, 11 p.m. Eastern for all of East Alabama and West Georgia. Ongoing severe thunderstorms just to the east of LaGrange over in Meriwether County. That is moving to the northeast away from East Alabama and West Georgia. We do have one special weather statement down there just to the southeast of Montgomery in the Troy area for a heavy thunderstorm, and then a flood warning down in southwest Alabama. Also a special weather statement up just north of Anniston, which is just to the west of Rome, and then a special weather statement just northeast of Dalton, Georgia. That will soon, very soon, be up in the state of Tennessee. And then some heavy rain and thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm warning just north of Savannah, Georgia as well. That will move on up into the Hilton Head area of South Carolina. So that's the latest information. Stay with us. We'll have updates as conditions warrant here